Want to grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they'd let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup. Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it! Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious. Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material. If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Oh, okay! Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kinich.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan. I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kinich the speechless! Kinich the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That how thing that popped out before, or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Paimon sure does! Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as kinich holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a how wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along? I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
"ここらしいな。
ちょっと前までは何もない砂浜だったなんて信じられないぞ。
確かに。数日前、証人として出廷するために歌劇場へ向かった時も通ったが、まだ何もなかった。フォンテーヌにも仕事人がいるみたいだな。
数日どころか一晩あれば十分ですよ。パパパーっとあっという間に完成です。これぐらいで感心していただけるとは。いやいや、勝手に舞い上がって変に自信がついても痛い目に遭うだけ。ああ、私のことを覚えてくださっていたのですね。そうです、あの不運のレピーヌ・ポーリーです。おかげさまで一晩で AA ランドを完成させられたのも地に足をつけて頑張った結果です。
AA ランド？
仮の名ですが AA ファンの思い描いたものを具現化したファンタジーあふれる楽園を目指しています。大げさに聞こえるかもしれませんが、本当にそう願って作ったのです。ご覧の通りフォンテーヌの永遠をテーマにしたパークで AA ファンと共に作っていくというのがコンセプトです。
共に作る？なら少なくとも前回みたいに全財産をつぎ込むようなことはしてないよな。
いいえ、皆さんと共に作り上げるとはいえ私の全財産もかかっています。
またかよ。
後先考えねえで一切合切つぎ込んじまうなんて人間ってバカだな。偉大なる清流の同情をこうなんて思わないことだ。嘲笑のみをくれてやる。
すまない。このうるさいチビのことは気にしないでくれ。
ミニチに言われる筋合いはねえぞ。
なんてクレバーなマシナリーなの。素晴らしい発明品ですね。シャルロットさんにも見てもらわないと。もしかしたら量産を模索する価値が。
量産だと？無礼な。俺は天上天下唯我独尊偉大なる清流だぞ。あとクレバーってなんだ。とにかく覚えておけ。我が輩の名はクフル・アハウ、知恵の祖でありお前たちの大先輩だ。
そうだったのですか。知恵の大先輩とも知らず、大変失礼しました。
バカとバカの開口だぜ。
盛り上がってるけど、新しい友達でもできたの？
ナビアさん、ご紹介します。イベント会場の設営に身を砕いてくださったフォンテーヌ・スピナディ・ロースラ会長のナビアさんです。
こんにちは、相棒。パイモンも元気だった？
キニチだ。よろしく頼む。
おいおい、俺のこともちゃんと紹介しろ。気の利かないやつだな。
道のど真ん中で声を張り上げて名乗っているやつの紹介なんているか？
さっきの自己紹介、ちゃんと聞こえてたから。こちらが偉大なる清流アハウさんね。お会いできて光栄よ。
礼儀正しいやつだな。お前らも少しは見習え。こほん、ナビアと言ったな。教養のある汝には偉大なる清流の名を呼ぶことを許可しよ
う。ナビア、偉大なる清流って変なあだ名だと思わないか？
小動物って自分を大きく見せるものでしょ？きっと大げさな名前をつけるのが好きなのよ。
一晩で設営が完了したのは、ひとえにナビアさんをはじめとするスピナディロースラの皆さんのおかげです。本当にありがとうございました。はあ、イベントの開催許可と会場の使用許可が下りるのを待ちに待った末、やっと許可通知書が届いたんです。その瞬間にナビアさんに連絡し、力を貸していただけないか相談しまして、私のわがままを聞いてくださるのなんて優しいスピナディロースラの方々くらいですから。
ああ、この人感情が高ぶるとこうなっちゃうの。分かってあげて。イベントの詳細はまだ話してないだろうから、代わりに説明させてもらうね。簡単に言えば、シュバルマラン AA ランドはレピーヌ・ポーリーンの発想と技術サポートの下で開かれる同好会みたいなイベントよ。テイワットの AA ファンなら誰でも大歓迎。
シュバルマラン？
ええ、あのシュバルマラン夫人のことですよ。長きにわたる努力とお願いの甲斐あって、やっとフリーナ様のご友人であるシュバルマラン夫人の肖像使用許可をいただいたのです。シュバルマラン夫人の愛らしいイメージで、より多くの人々のハートを射止め、同時に夫人の人気アップにも貢献する、まさにウィンウィンの企画。
なるほど、いろいろ勉強したみたいだな。ところで、お前は AA 技術の研究に方向転換したのか？
完全にとは言えませんが、実は以前作ったサンプルレンズがた る撮影家の目に留まって最先端の AA 撮影に使われ、それをきっかけに AA 設備や道具の制作にも関わるようになったのです。
我らがエンジニアを甘く見ないで。今回のイベントのトップ技術者なんだから。スピナディロースらは主にイベントの運営や管理を担ってるの。審査が通れば誰でもブースを出してアイデアを形にできるのよ。レピーヌ・ポーリーンと私がそれぞれ技術面と運営面でサポートするから。旅人、ここまで聞いてどう思う？収益も見込めるし、あんたの協力があればきっとさらに大盛り上がりよ。
グルメ系 AA に出てくるみたいな超豪華なご飯も欲しいぜ。
その点はご心配なく。出店側も参加者も食事は欠かせませんからね。ナビアさんのご紹介でテーマレストランのシェフにはかの有名なエスコフィエさんをお招きしております。あちらの方です。
次に食材の量を間違えたらまな板の上に乗るのはあなたよ。
お忙しいようで。
アハウにぴったりの職場だな。
おい、何企んでやがる。
お嬢様、お話し中失礼します。ちょっと見ていただきたいものが。
じゃあごめん。私はこれで自由に見て回って。イベントに参加してくれるなら後で私のところに来て。
厳しすぎると思わないでちょうだい。もしこんなひどい料理を出したら次に来るのは置き忘れた銃を取りに戻ってくるお客さんよ。きっと今度は弾を持って仕返しに来るわよ。すごいお客さんだな。なんだよその反応。まさか本当にそんなお客さんがいたのか？
いえ、ただふと思い出して、確かにこの辺りで銃の落とし物があったんです。設営前、会場内を片付けていたスタッフが変わった箱を見つけたんです。しかも暗証番号付きの鍵までかかってて、見た感じはフォンテーヌで作られたものではなさそうで、どちらかといえばナタっぽかったのですが。
ん？
観光客が落としたのか？
最初は私もそう思っていたのですが、板や石が積まれた中に埋もれていたところからすると、誰かがわざと隠したようにも思えて。でもあれこれ推測しても始まりませんし、専門機関に渡すべきだと判断し、わざわざパレメルモニアまで届けてきました。すっかり疲れちゃいましたよ。
パレメルモニアの人はい
つも通りですよ。簡単なことを難しくしちゃって、箱の中身を確認もしないまま落とし物の知らせを誰が書くか議論が始まりました。幸い精度な警官がすぐに危険物が入っているかもしれないからってマレショーセファントムを呼んできて箱の鍵を開けてくれましたけど、そしたらなんと銃が入っていたんです。
本当に危険物が入ってたんだな。
よかったらどんな銃だったか教えてもらえないか。
そういえばキリニチさんはナタのご出身ですもんね。銃には詳しいんですか？
仕事柄武器には多少興味があるんだ。
俺がやったおもちゃにもう飽きたのか？これだからお子様は困るんだよ。
ああ、とっくに飽きた。
だと俺様が授けたものをよくも。
年寄りはそろそろ休む時間だ。 すまない。それで銃の見た目は覚えてるか？
説明するのは難しいですが、あまり銃っぽくないというか。ちょっと待ってくださいね。書いてみます。こんな感じでしょうか。
おお、わかりやすい絵だな。
大したことはありません。何か変なところがありましたか？でも本物もこんな感じで銃っぽくなかったんです。マレショーセファントム曰く射撃みたいな機能が確かに搭載されているそうですよ。
いや、特徴をよく捉えた絵だ。ナタのもので間違いないと思う。すまない。絵に集中してたんだ。
応援ありがとうございます。
俺たちは何もしてない。
いえ、わざわざ足を運んでくださいましたから。みんな作業を頑張っているので、私もそろそろ戻らないと。最後に旅人さん、お会いできて本当に嬉しかったです。
お前も気づいただろ？あれは普通の銃じゃない。ああ、古竜の遺跡から掘り出された年代物だろう。正確には銃というよりハンドキャノンに近いんだが、まあみんなが銃と呼んでるなら合わせよう。古竜の時代の謎の遺物、それに俺がフォンテーヌに来た理由を合わせて考えれば、例の密輸事件の捜査を逃れたものかもしれない。パレメルモニアに行って確認してくる。助かる。早速出発してもいいが、仲間たちと挨拶したいならその後でも構わない。ここで待ってる。
はあ、参ったな。
マジかよ兄弟。
俺の真似してる場合かよ。
いや、友達を見かけたからつい。
オーラルン、イファー、お前たちもフォンテーヌに来たんだな。
お、あんたたちも来てたのか。なあ、いや、キーニチが例の密輸事件のためにフォンテーヌに来てるって話は聞いてたが。
情報が早いな。
なんせ初めての国外旅行で新聞に載ったやつだからな。
からかわないでくれ。俺がメインの記事じゃないだろ。
でも旅人とパイモンにまで会えるとはな。
イファ、
お、
いろんなところを旅するから旅人なんだ。
ごもっともだ。さて本題に戻ろう。何の話をしていたっけな。
なんでフォンテーヌに来てるかって話だろ。
野菜のためだ。
あ、
僕から話そう。シュバルマロン AA ランドだったか。
シュバルマランだろ。
ああ、また間違えた。シュバルマラン姉さん、ごめん。とにかくそこのレストランからナタ産の野菜を至急調達したいと依頼を受けて、 僕とイファが来ることになったんだ。
なるほど、野菜の配達に来たんだな。
俺は付き添いでな。こいつナタを離れるの初めてだろ。部族のじいちゃんばあちゃんたちが心配してついてこさせたんだ。
君だって初めてのくせに。
オロルンよりは心配ないって思われたんだろう。なんでだろうな。
つい最近まで働き詰めだった君を休ませるためだ。まさか気づいていなかったのか？
おっと、俺も孫扱いされてたのか。はあ、いくつだろうがこいつとしばらく一緒にいると子供扱いされちまうんだ。
いいことじゃないか？
もちろんいいこともあるけどな。じゃ改めて自己紹介を。俺はイファ、5歳だ。
めちゃくちゃだぞ。そういえばカクークはどうしたんだ？あいつがここにいたら賑やかだっただろうな。
あいつは一緒じゃないんだ。
大丈夫だイファ。君はもう大人だ。カクークがいなくてもうまくやっていける。
心配なのはそこじゃない。まあいい。とにかくカクークを助けないと。カクークが大変なことになっちまったんだ。
あいつあんなにちっちゃくて言葉もろくに話せないのに。
もしかして飛行物の法律か？
おお、あんたも同じ問題に引っかかったか？
ああ、アハウがな。
ああ、おしゃべりなやつか。珍しく口を挟んでこないと思ったら出てくるのを怖がってるんだな。
それもあるが1日分の無駄話の限度を超えたから明日までミュートしておいた。
容赦ないな。俺もカクークを縛り付けておけばよかったんだがなかなかできなくて。
マジかよ兄弟。なんて言ってる場合じゃないな。カクークは警察隊に捕まっちゃったのか？
居場所がわかる分そっちの方がマシだった。警察隊に追われてこの建物に飛び込んでしまったんだ。今頃刑事物の永遠に出てくるようなスリリングな追いかけっこを繰り広げているかもしれない。
建物ってこれか？
ああ、一番高い建物を選ぶなんてさすがカクークだ。僕も飛べることは飛べるが窓を一つずつ確認するには時間がかかる。イファは竜の仲間がいないと高く飛べないんだ。すまない。
俺のせいじゃないだろ。なんで謝るんだ。
っていうか高く飛べるかどうかは別に関係ないだろ。狩人に追い込まれた獲物が罠に飛び込んでしまったみたいな状況だな。宙を舞う書類と飛び交う弾をかき分けながらカクークが必死に逃げる姿が目に浮かぶぜ。
カクークは素晴らしい竜だ。きっとうまく逃げおせるに違いない。
おいおい兄弟、マジで言ってんのか？
もちろん。こんなことで嘘をついても仕方ない。
まあまあ、みんな素晴らしい竜じゃなくて素晴らしい人ってことでいいじゃないか。それより中に入ってカクークを探さないとな。
ああ、代わりに見てくる。
いいのか？助かるぜ。
もしカクークが言うことを聞かなかったら羽毛を2本ほどむしってもいい。
なんでお前が決める？
じゃあ君が決めてくれ兄弟。
わかった。カクークが聞く耳を持たなかったら羽毛を2本むしってもいい。
もしカクークが文句を言ってきたら僕たちがやれと言ったと言ってくれ。
文句は言わないだろうさ。
いつも通りだね。
何の音かな。中で喧嘩でもしてる？
ヌビレット様の執務室から何やら不穏な音が。入って確認した方がいいでしょうか。
ナタから来たってこいつが言ったのか？
いや、言葉自体はわかるが、どうも意味が。
おいおい。
そのセリフもう何回も聞かされたよ。
ん？知り合いか？
知人の竜だぞ。
すぐに主が見つかってよかった。おかげで落とし物の書類が1枚減ったな、ヌビレットさん。ところで旅人、ヌビレットさんに何か用かい？こっちの話は済んだし、俺がいない方が良ければ先に失礼するよ。
いや、リオセセリ殿の職務とも関係があるかもしれない。私の記憶が正しければ、そちらの方は先日の密輸事件裁判で証人として出廷したキーニチ殿だろう。あの件について何か疑問でも？
さすが最高審判官、鋭いな。
キーニチ、ヌビレットと知り合いなのか？でも裁判の時は他の審判官だったって言ってなかったか？
お互い新聞に載ってたからな。そちらは？
こちらはリオセセリ殿、メロピレ要塞フォンテーヌの監獄の責任者だ。事件に関する内容なら聞かれても問題ない。
よろしく。ほう、なかなかうまいじゃないか。けどカクークはこの場にいて大丈夫かい？
ふむ。決して口外はしないと言っているようだ。ただし後ほど秘密保持契約を結んでもらう。では話を聞こう。キーニチ殿、事件について気になることがあれば遠慮なく言ってくれ。
分かった。
レピーヌ・ポーリーンが描いたのとそっくりだぞ。あいつ本当に絵がうまかったんだな。
この銃がこの前の密輸事件でフォンテーヌに渡ってきたものだとすれば、容疑者を一人見逃してるってことだな。
その通り。
分かった。キーニチ殿、迅速な対応に感謝する。すぐにマレショーセ・ファントムに調査させよう。まずは収監された犯人を当たってみるのがいいだろう。リオセスリ殿、
囚人の尋問許可書に署名しとくよ。
よろしく頼む。
今日がパレメルモニアから諸々の知らせが出される日じゃなくてよかったぜ。銃のことが外部に漏れずに済んだ。
フォンテーヌにはもう数日滞在する予定だ。調査に進展があったら、あるいは俺にできることがあればいつでも知らせてくれ。
オイラたちレピーヌ・ポーリーンのイベントを手伝う予定なんだ。また新しいことが分かったら知らせに来るぜ。
ああ、助かる。残る問題は
こいつのセリフには驚かされるばかりだ。一体誰から教わったんだ？ほう、なるほどな。
カクーク君についてだが、規定に基づき まずは飛行物体に当たるかどうか判断する必要がある。また先ほど話した通り、契約書にも署名してもらわねばならない。ただ関連書類の作成には少々時間がかかる。
それまで架空区にはここに残ってもらう必要がありそうだな。構わないか？
礼を言う。おかげで手間が省けた。
じゃあ俺たちはこれで。
あいつ無事か？ひどい目に遭ってなかったか？マジかよ。架空区を連れて戻らなかった時点で覚悟をしてる。
そう落ち込まないでくれイファ。架空区は立派な建物の中での暮らしが気に入っただけかもしれない。子供は成長するものだし、子供にも選ぶ権利がある。
おいおい兄弟、マジで言ってんのか？
ちょっと待てよ、早とちりするなって。架空区は怪我一つないし、むしろ元気いっぱいだぞ。
逮捕されたわけじゃないから牢に入れられることもない。
ほらな。
いや余計不安になってきたが。
で、悪い知らせは、まあ悪いってほどでもないけど、架空区は機密情報に触れたから秘密保持の書類にサインしないといけないらしいんだ。それでしばらくパレメルモニアに残ることになった。でも心配いらないぞ。架空区と一緒にいるやつらはすごく優しいからな。
ふう、確かに悪い知らせとは言えないな。安心したぜ。
架空区が戻ってくる頃には飛行物の禁止期間も終わってるはずだ。
あいつには悪いが先に観光するしかないな。
全然悪いと思ってなさそうな顔だぞ。
とにかく世話になったな。俺たちはホテルドゥボールに泊まってるから、何かあれば来てくれ。
これで架空区の件も一段落だな。二人ともまたな。Is that good news or bad news, though?
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here! Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Wriothesley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler. Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat. The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics, but all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this. Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontanians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security. So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontanian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now.
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passers-by.
Yeah, Kinich, you did great!
In other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear!
Sounds like Mr. Kakuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
It's a good observation, I quite agree. However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Sounds plausible.
Ooh. Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so does that mean they executed the hostage?
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight. Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rosula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice. The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway. All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
Ah, I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kinich. Speaking of pets...
Get out of here! Out of here!
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
You're the best, bro! Oh, that really is good news! Travelers, should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Ororon?
I shall leave him in your capable hands. Indeed.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. You miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, other granny. And hey, Paimon and Kinich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Get it away! Get it away from me!
Nice to meet you, bro.
Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face! I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by ororon, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Eva, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Ah! Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
Don't lose hope, How. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
Also, there's no such restaurant.
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why you?
Between the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down. Really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though? Lost and found notice is up! Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if anyone shows up to claim it. Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes! Let's go check it out.
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
What in the Tevet are you doing here, ororon?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
One of his owners. Kind of. But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job! Completely different things!
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry to show the people inside you had something important to discuss. Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
So, Ororon, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so basically...
For real now? Oh, come on, bro. Ororon, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun. All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Aoife and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous landmarks. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Ororon, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is. Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon, you're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Oh, we're basically household names, but why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Ororon to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Ororon to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelet too, stay here for the time being. We'll empty the box, give it to Ororon, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Ororon has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now. Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control!
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in that land, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Ororon actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story, from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed, but I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you'd just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films? Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See, Mr. Kukuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes. In that case, I understand completely.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help. Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Marechaussee Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
We'll be waiting for the good news! Novelette sent someone to contact us this morning! That must mean there's been some progress! No time to waste! Let's head out! Hey, everyone! We're not late, are we?
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The film Fantasyland restaurant.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like—
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area. The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevreuse of the Special Patrol, so I'm feeling optimistic.
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier. You know what, that might not be such a bad idea. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes. To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontanian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here. But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out. Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point. Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the kinich we know and love!
Well, that's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat too! Can't work on an empty stomach, you know. And rooting for you! It's a very important job.
All right, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahao's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day. Traveler, Paimon's getting kinda hungry. Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
Your friend thought you might be thirsty. Won't you stay and drink it?
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
You're surrounded. Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Stop right there!
Oh look! A surprise performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
Quick, take a photo! After him!
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere.
Quick! Don't let him get away!
Be careful!
Amazing!
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord! Who's stealing my fun? Ah, you again! You're driving me crazy! Oh, wow,
All right, that's a wrap.
Unbelievable! You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Why, you... All right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall. Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me. You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do? Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kinich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from Natland? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontanian, if you ask me.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can explain. I actually grew up in...
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for. Eat this, scumbag!
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontainian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course, I might be wrong. But does that matter? I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right? Many thanks.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon Lord. Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
Little Kinich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kinich, aren't ya? Aw, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about? Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get. They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune. But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it. Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past, and since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook. Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge. Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
Yay! Traveler Kinich, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away! She looked pretty pleased with herself. Haha! So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Wriothesley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia. Apparently the Maréchaux say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern. Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte. Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon. Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that. Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen? What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Often, actually. To be honest, I haven't decided yet. At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.